Hello and welcome to my review on the 2015 16-foot Colossal Nutcracker inflatable from Gemmy. This was sold exclusively at Lowe's, retailing for $199. I can actually tell you the exact date of purchase as my 10-year-old self became increasingly obsessed with owning something of this scale and saved for over a month to get them. November 21st, 2015, I bought my first Colossal inflatable, thought it was the coolest thing ever, and the rest is pretty much history. I made a video on this when the channel was brand new and had no idea what I was doing, but because everything including the box remains in good condition, especially after all these years, it deserves today's level of review. Features include 67 lights, a salute perhaps referencing Gemmy's first Nutcracker design, and of course a striking appearance made from details on the uniform, coupled with its massive size. It's nice to revisit the older holiday living inflatables. Lowe's unique red packaging was always a favorite of mine, and now represents a key part of my childhood. You'll notice the irregular shape of the box as it's quite flat, measuring 2 feet by slightly over 1.5 feet, and standing just a foot tall. Its dimensions are precisely what the Christmas tree archway came in last year. For this box, however, I prefer to look at it standing up, where you see the enlarged figure conveying more of that colossal aspect. The back doesn't have too much to offer aside from a description and the Gemmy branding, so without further ado, let's open up one of their modern bests and head outside. Equipped with an AH3 fan, the closest YEF model to that would be a 125, to kind of give you an idea for what we're working with on this 16-foot design. It's been a while since I filmed a video on an inflatable made completely from boom bounce fabric. This material is much thicker and more durable than what you'll find on your average Airblown, and frankly isn't used enough today. Another elite Colossal feature, if you will, is the souped up stake pack, which is comprised of 4 ground sod staples, 4 giant spiral stakes, 4 shorter and 4 longer tethers, and finally 1 spare bulb. I've never found the giant spiral stakes to be reliable, as their quality prevents them from screwing all the way into the ground without bending, hence why I'm utilizing the large plastic stakes for this review, and the shorter tethers yet on the upper tether attachments. That should tell you how long those other cords are if I can use the shorter ones up here. So now that he's adequately staked down, let's plug him in and continue on. Taking over a minute to inflate, there's a lot of inflatable to blow up, so even with a fairly strong motor, he requires some time and assistance, as you all saw. At the top of the boots is usually where he'll get stuck when inflating. This is due to how narrow not just him, but a lot of these large nutcrackers are with respect to their height, making it a bit harder to get up on their own. You can tell this has seen some wear based off the subtle creases in the fabric, as well as the slight fading. However, to be used nearly every season since release, it goes to show you can make these Airblows last with the proper care and of course the right inflatable. Now, back when I took this out of the box for the first time, he absolutely wanted to explode. That's why Gemmy puts air pockets on a few of their Colossals, is to prevent that from actually happening. But since he's currently a bit weak, I may consider sealing them up, at least one. If you're familiar with our design already, then you've probably noticed his right hand isn't sewn to the side of his face like it should be. The reason for this is water collects in the elbow, and one single stitch cannot support that weight. So unless the water is sent down to the base before he's completely up, it's simply inevitable for it to break and the salute to extend forward. I never bothered trying to fix it, as I always thought his arm still looked decent further out, and also it would need more than my classic safety pin trick to last. Someone who knows what they're doing and how to sew at a high-end level is how to maintain that, let's just say, better salute. I mentioned the uniform details at the beginning of the review but didn't go in depth. They're nothing spectacular, yet provide a little elegance or sophistication about our Nutcracker, and at this height is quite eye-catching. Something my 10-year-old self mistook as a design flaw was the goatee and the hair not inflating with the rest of the inflatable. They don't receive air at the rate to do that, but after a few minutes will appear how on the box, all poofed out. I have not discussed these lower tether attachments, but only because they're the most unnecessary part of this design. I will admit I used them in the early years because I thought it was supposed to, though once I realized a mere 2 on a 20-footer does in fact work, I cut it back to the 4 tether standard, resulting in both a quicker setup and takedown. There's unfortunately one lone zipper that is so far under by the fan, it can't be seen when walking around the back. As you know and probably share the same sentiment, I hate when Gemmy doesn't add a second zipper on their Colossal inflatables, such an easy and time-saving decision that they rarely choose to make. That's going to do it for my review on the 2015 16-foot Airblown inflatable Nutcracker. I mainly did a video on this to get the re-reviews up going again, but I was glad y'all chose it to be the first of this year because it really holds a special place in my heart. 2015 stands out for me as a kid as there was so much good stuff going on. American Pharoah's Triple Crown, my favorite NASCAR driver winning the championship, my favorite football team almost winning the championship, The Force Awakens releasing, didn't age well but still, and then to get this, I was in heaven. I hope you all enjoyed re-review number 1 of 2024. More on the way, so until next time, I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.